And then after it had been out a little while, realized that this was starting to get some negative connotation. So I changed the name to Joy in 1993. But originally, the original name of Joy was Love. So this distributor came to me one day when I was doing a little seminar. We had a huge crowd. I think there was 13 of us. And after it was over with, she says, Gary, what could I do to maybe get my husband to like the oils? Some of you relate, huh? And I said, it's really simple. Don't let him know you're using it. And she said, well, how do I do that? And I said, well, tell me. She said, well, every time I put the oils in a diffuser in the house and he comes in the house, smells them, he gets mad and tells me to get that stinking stuff out of the house. And I said, well, there's a way to fix him. So you guys need to put your fingers in your ears. Now, I'm going to give the ladies a secret here. Okay? So she said, well, how do I do that? And I said, I'm going to tell you a little secret. I don't know of a man that smells his shorts before he puts them on in the morning. So I said, you just take your love oil, your joy oil, and you just sprinkle it on his shorts. And she said, will that really work? I said, time will tell. And I said, when he goes to the field, I said, you put your diffuser on and you saturate your home with joy. And I said, when you know he's going to come home, then open the windows, open the doors, turn on the fans, and air your house out. And she said, well, I don't want to get rid of the beautiful fragrance. I said, you will get rid of the fragrance, but you will not get rid of the frequency. That oil will go into the woodwork. Those molecules will go into your carpet. It'll go into your drapes. It'll permeate everything in your house, and it will retain the frequency. Forget about the fragrance. You don't need that. You need the frequency. So she did it every day religiously. A couple of weeks went by and she called me up. She said, Gary, it doesn't seem to be changing anything. I said, I didn't tell you it happened fast. You've got a tough nut to crack here. Give it some time. I said, just stay religious with it. Every day, every night, put it on her shorts. I said, you can even sprinkle some of it in the bottom of her shoes because men don't smell their shoes either when they put them on. So she did. It was about 4 months later, I got a call. They came to the office and they passed it to me. I was down in the lab working. And she says, Gary, and she was crying. And she was having a hard time talking. And I said, it's okay, just take a deep breath. What's happening? And I'm kind of, feeling some emotion inside. Maybe something bad has happened. I've never gone this far off the limb before. I was starting to feel like Shirley MacLaine. I was hanging on the limb. And she says, you're not going to believe it. I said, try me. She says, I've done it religiously every day for weeks. And she says, today was just another normal day. I was vacuuming the house. I had the diffuser running. And she says, I wasn't expecting my husband back for several hours, so I knew there was plenty of time to vacuum and clean and then aerate the house and be ready for dinner when he came home out of the field. And she says, the door opened, and she said, then walked my husband with both diffusers running full speed. Now, you have to imagine this a little bit. What was in the life of a person and in the relationship of a couple that would have caused this reaction? Because these were her words. She said, I froze in my tracks. I knew he was going to yell at me again. And she said, he stopped, and he looks around and said, what's that smell? And she said, all that came out of her mouth, it's just love, dear. And he says, Well, how come you've never used that one before? I like that one. He walked across the floor where she's standing paralyzed by the vacuum cleaner. He wrapped his arms around her. He embraced her. He kissed her. And he says, I love you. The first time he had uttered those words in 27 years. And later they sold their farm and he joined her in building her business in Young Living. Okay? Essential oil molecules will change your life. This is electrical impulse from a thought.